Well, here to talk through some of that concern, Dr. Neelu Ahmed, who's a behavioural psychologist and academic. Thanks so much for coming on our programme. I mean, a lot of people are going to be delighted, others are going to be really worried. What's your take on this?
It's exactly that everyone will have their own take on this situation. For some people, it will be a long-awaited freedom and liberation. And for others, it will be really quite intimidating and terrifying to go out into a world where restrictions have lifted. And just because the restrictions have ended, it doesn't mean the pandemic has ended. So being mindful and courteous of others is really important.
Yeah, I wonder if that plays on our minds because, as you say, the pandemic isn't over. We're hearing of thousands of people still in hospital, thousands of people being infected, yet we're asked to go back to life almost as normal.
It is very much playing on people's minds, and there is no normal to go back to. There's a very transmissible disease that's still out there. People are very nervous about the rules, and some places are enforcing mask wearing still within buildings, within enclosed spaces. So it's very confusing. And there are other personal concerns as well. Will we be able to hold small talk and conversations in the workplace like we used to? Been at home for 2 years, many of us. So the little things we were used to doing can feel like they're quite stressful right now.
So give us some reassurance, Doctor. It's okay to feel not okay.
It's absolutely fine to not feel okay. Take it at your own pace. Just because restrictions are lifting doesn't mean that you have to take things at the same pace that everyone else is. Do what's right for you. Carry on wearing masks. It's the best way to create a safer society for everyone. And just do what feels quite right. If you're feeling stressed, take some time to think about those emotions. What is it that's stressful? Is it being outside all day? Was it in some particular part of your day that you were feeling extra stressful? That's the way that we can manage it a lot better for ourselves to understand where the anxiety is coming from.
And just talk us through perhaps the process of going back to work if you're turning up in the office for the first time in almost 2 years. Just take it slowly, I guess.
Very much so. And if you are a bit worried about doing a big commute, maybe think about whether it's possible to stagger that commute in. Talk to your employer if you can come in a little bit later on a certain day, maybe leave a little bit earlier, so that's teamwork. And for employers as well, to think about, do we want the entire team back all together, or do we want to stagger this over a few weeks just to make sure everyone is comfortable about it? And at the heart of all this is communication, just being able to communicate your needs to your friends and family and employer, and for them to communicate back to you.
Well, I think it's very, very interesting. I guess the solution is to be kind to each other. I appreciate your input on that. Thank you, Doctor, very much.
Mm-hmm.